Students, how are you all? Hope you all doing good. I'm so glad to meet you with this another new video for English. Today we are going to learn a poem from chapter 1, and in that poem we are going to look at part 1, page 22 to 23. Chapter 1 poem, part 1, page 22 to 23. Let's get into our video. The topic of the poem is the invention of shoes. So what is meant by invention? Invention means origination, kandupidippu. Okay. So how they invented the shoes? It is a humorous poem and it's not a true story. It's a fictional poem. So it will be very interesting. We will see more about it. The Invention of Shoes is a poem by Rabindranath Tagore which explores the inability of people to use their common sense to solve a problem. Okay, so it is a poem written by Rabindranath Tagore, and in this poem there is a problem. Okay, and we'll see what problem is that, and we will be also looking at the inability of people to use their common sense to solve the problem. We'll see in detail. The original was written in Bengali, so the rhyming would be different. Okay, so it was written by a Bengali poet, Rabindranath Tagore. So originally it was written in Bengali language. The translation of the poem was given as a lesson, so the rhyming would be different. When we read, we will understand. Let's see more about the author, about the poet. This is Rabindranath Tagore. In your book, page number 25, you can see about him. Rabindranath Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1913 for his collection of poems Gitanjali. He was the first Asian and the first songwriter to receive this honor. Okay, so he is a great poet who received Nobel Prize. As you know, it is a greatest prize in the world. So he was the first Asian who received that award. He wrote his first poem when he was barely 8. Okay, அவர் 8 வயசுல அவர் poem எழுத ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாரு. Tagore was quite prolific. He wrote thousands of poems and songs as well as essays and stories. The most striking feature of his poem is the depiction of ordinary people in ordinary situations that have been brought into focus by his poetic genius. Okay, so most of his writings were based on சாதாரண மனுஷங்கள் சாதாரண சூழ்நிலையில் எப்படி பிஹேவ் பண்ணுவாங்க, அவங்களோட திங்கிங் எப்படி இருக்கும், அதை பற்றி தான் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த அவரோட ரைட்டிங்ஸ் வந்து இருந்துச்சு. Known as Rabindra Sangeet, his lyrical songs are often based on Bengali rural folk music. Okay, so Bengali language ஓட நாட்டுப்புற இசை அதை தொகுத்து தான் most of his writings were there. Okay, now let's move on to the poem at a glance. Let's see what is the poem is all about. It is a poem about a king named Hobu. Okay, there was a king and his name is Hobu. He was worried that whenever his feet touched the ground, it got dirty, and he wanted to get rid of it. So he called his minister named Gobu and asked him to look for a solution. So all the courtiers of his kingdom, they planned to purchase millions of brooms to dust, that means to clean the palace. Then they even got lakhs of carriers to settle the dust. Then they even got lack of water carriers to settle the dust. Then somebody came with an idea to cover the entire earth with mats. But all this didn't work. So in the kingdom they called for a tanner. The tanner finally came up with a solution and prepared a pair of shoes for the king. And the king became so happy. So the invention of shoes. Let's all turn your book to page number 22. Written in simple language and a natural style, the poem conveys a powerful message about what happens when someone in powerful takes whimsical decisions. It is a poem written in simple language, okay? It was actually written in Bengali language and natural style. சாதாரண நம்ம மனுஷங்க பேசுகிற மாதிரி சாதாரண வார்த்தைகளில் எழுதப்பட்ட ஒரு poem, and it has a powerful message, and it says about what happens when someone in a power takes whimsical decision, okay? விசித்திரமான decisions எடுக்கிறது எப்படி. It also portrays in the inability of most people to use their common sense to solve a problem. We will see what the problem and how the people reacted to that problem. We will see. So students, all of you carefully follow the book when I read so that you can understand it better. Said good King Hobu to Minister Gobu, I have pondered all night, is it just that whenever my feet should land on the street, they come to be sullied by dust. Okay, so this is the problem the king is addressing here. Once upon a time there was a king called Hobu. The king name is Kobu. So one morning he called his minister Gobu and he was saying that, listen, I have been thinking all night what he was thinking, that whenever he get down to the ground, whenever his feet touch the ground, it is becoming so dirty. His royal feet is becoming very dirty whenever he step on the ground. So he was pondering about it, he was thinking more about it, and he is telling that to his minister. And he was saying, your wages you draw, but you don't care a straw to serve the demands of the king. It's a rank plot to foil me, my own soil, to soil me. Okay, so here saying, your wages you draw, but you don't care for a straw. You people are concerned only with your wages and salaries. நீங்கள் உங்களோட salary பற்றி மட்டும்தான் நீங்கள் வந்து கவலைப்படுறீங்க. இந்த கிங்கோட பிரச்சனை, கிங்டமுக்கு என்ன தேவை, இந்த கிங்குக்கு என்ன பிரச்சனைன்றதை நீங்கள் வந்து கண்டுக்கவே இல்லை. You have no concern for the king or the kingdom or the problem that bothers me. The king is telling to the minister. Next. I simply won't stand such a thing unless you can find a solution. You are all doomed to shift dissolution. Okay. Now he is warning the minister that if you did not find a solution for this, you must put to an end. That means I will punish you. What is mean by dissolution here? Dissolution means death. Okay, I'll put you to death if you did not find a solution. And the king was very furious. Next, the terrified minister at these words sinister broke into cold sweat and fright. Okay, so the terrified minister, that means the minister was so afraid by the warning of the king that if he could not find the solution, he'll be put into death. So he was so afraid by the words of the king. So here what is meant by sinister? Meaning seeming evil or dangerous, making you think something bad will happen. Okay, the words of the kings, அந்த கிங்கோட வார்த்தை எப்படி இருந்துச்சு, ஏதோ ஒரு பேர்டு ஒரு தப்பான ஒரு விஷயம் நடக்க போகிற மாதிரி அந்த ராஜாவோட வார்த்தை இருந்துச்சு. அது இந்த அமைச்சரை மிகவும் கலங்க பண்ணுச்சு. broke into cold sweat and fright. Okay, now the minister, he is having a the king was having a problem, and by that problem the minister was worried, and when he was worried he was sweated. Okay, so mostly when we sweat, when we work hard, we will sweat, or if it is hard we will sweat. So here also, because of the fright, the minister was sweat. Next, the pandits grew pale and the courtiers once hail. Lay sleeplessly tossing all night in the minister's home, they were weeping and gloom. The fires in the kitchen grew cold, till crazed with fears, his beard drenched in tears. Okay, so here these all lines were explaining that how much the minister was worried. Okay, the pandits means scholars grew pale, they became very shocked, their faces became very shocked, and the courtiers once hail. Okay, and அமைச்சரவையில் இருந்த எல்லாரும் இதை கேட்டு அதிர்ந்து போயிட்டாங்க. And sleeplessly tossing all night. Okay, they were thinking, நைட் எல்லாம் அவங்க தூங்கவே இல்லை, அதை பற்றி திங்க் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருந்தாங்க. In the minister's home they were weeping and gloom. Okay, அந்த மினிஸ்டரை வீட்டில் போய் ரொம்ப பயந்து they were அழுறாங்க. வீப்பிங் அழுது அவங்க ஃபேஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப சோர்ந்து போயிடுச்சு. The fires in the kitchen grew cold. Okay, in the kitchen the cooking was stopped, and the entire palace was worried till crazed with fears, his beard drenched in tears. Okay, இந்த மினிஸ்டர் அவர் தாங்க முடியாமல் அழுது அவருடைய பியர்டு, அவருடைய தாடியெல்லாம் நனைஞ்சிட்டு கண்ணீர்னால. He fell at the king's feet and told, but how can we live if denied? The dust from your feet sanctified. Okay, now he was thinking to fell on the king's feet and to ask. Okay, அப்படி போய் என்னால் அது முடியாது அப்படின்னு அவரால் டினை பண்ணவும் முடியாது. அவருடைய பாதங்களில் இருக்க அந்த தூசுகள் அவ்வளோ பரிசுத்தமானவைகள், அதை எப்படி நான் அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லுவேன் அப்படின்னு he was thinking. Let's move on next. Page number 23. That's a question indeed, King Gobu agreed. But maybe should come after must. We need to discourse on this problem of yours. But meanwhile get rid of the dust. Okay, now the king is saying you have to find a solution. And the டஸ்டெல்லாம் என் காலில் இனி படக்கூடாது, அது இனி நான் கால் வைக்கும்போது என் காலில் டஸ்டெல்லாம் வரக்கூடாது, அதுக்கு ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் நீ ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணியே ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு கண்டிப்பாக சொல்கிறாரு. நெக்ஸ்ட், யூ ஆர் கெட்டிங் குட் மணி, ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் இட் ஃபன்னி, யூ கான்ட் டாக்கிள் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் லைக் திஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ சொல்கிறாரு, உனக்கு நல்ல காசு கிடைக்குது, நல்ல சேலரி வாங்குறீங்க, பட் இது நீ ஒரு ஃபன்னியாக இதை நீங்கள் எடுக்கக்கூடாது, இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தை நீங்கள் சால்வ் பண்ணி ஆகணும். There are seems little point why I should appoint these scientists with long degrees, so deal with the first thing first, or else be prepared for the worst. Thus royally she did. Poor Gobu decided to call the wise man of the land. Each subtle mechanic was summoned in panic. So now what happened? This minister Gobu, he decided to call scholars, a scientist, a mechanics, whoever so-called callers, he wanted to call all of them. Okay, so he looked far and wide and gathered all the scientists, learned men, scholars and mechanics, and whatever is possible, he wanted to do it. Okay, so he called everyone, and now next one, they studied and brooded and scanned with spectacles perched on the nose they researched. Okay, now they all were gathered and they pushed their glass up their noses and sat down to find a solution to the royal problem. So now this minister is not alone. With him there were scientists, mechanics, scholars, learned men. So அந்த கிங்டம்ல இருந்த பெரிய பெரிய ஆட்கள், பண்டிதர்கள் எல்லாரையுமே கூப்பிட்டு இந்த ஒரு ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு சொல்யூஷன் வந்து மினிஸ்டர் வந்து தேடுறாரு. As they took 19 barrels of snuff, they warned if the crust of the earth lost its dust, you couldn't grow food grains enough. Okay, so now they were thinking, they were discussing and they were saying, now the problem is what? The dust. Okay, the soil. அதுதான் the problemே. ஆனால் இப்போ நம்ம அந்த ப்ராப்ளம், இந்த சாயிலெல்லாம் மாற்றிட்டோம், டஸ்டெல்லாம் மாற்றிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா we cannot grow grains, food. ஓகே, நம்ம வந்து அந்த மணல் நிலம் இருக்கிறனால தான் நம்ம வந்து இந்த பயிர்களெல்லாம் பயிரிட முடியுது. ஸோ அதெல்லாம் நம்ம மாற்றிட்டோன்னா இந்த பயிர்களெல்லாம் நம்மளால் வளர்க்க முடியாதே அப்படின்னு அவங்க வந்து திங்க் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட், what are you wise men worth, said the king, can't you tackle the death? Okay, now they were saying, the king said, it is a simple problem and you people, you are saying that you are a scientist, you are a learned man and you are so and so on, so can't you tackle the death? உங்களுக்கு இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு இதுக்கு ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கொண்டு வர உங்களால் முடியாதா? Okay, so again they were thinking. After some more discussion they find a solution, which was to buy millions of brooms. The king couldn't breathe for the dust from the street. Okay, so after much thought they come to a result to buy millions of brooms. So what is meant by brooms? விளக்குமாறு. ஓகே, ஸோ தூசி இருந்தால் தானே அது அந்த ராஜாவோட காலில் ஒட்டும். இப்போ தூசியே இல்லாமல் பண்ணிடலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு they were buying millions, so many brooms. ஓகே, millions brooms வாங்கி they started to clean that kingdom. Okay, they called the people, they called the workers, and dusting of the kingdom was started. The king couldn't breathe for the dust from the street. Okay, so எல்லா இடம் க்ளீன் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சதும் புழுதி கிளம்ப ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டு was driven right into his room. The people past were blended with dust. They coughed and they sneezed in a dust. The dust floated down and veiled all the town. The sun disappeared in the haze. So what happened? அந்த எல்லா டஸ்ட்டுமே இந்த ராஜாவோட அறை மற்றும் அந்த மொத்த கிங்டம் ஃபுல்லுமே இந்த டஸ்ட், இந்த தூசினால் அப்படியே நிரம்பிடுச்சு. When they started to clean, no one could open their eyes because of the dust and no one could see the sun. Okay, அந்த சூரியனை கூட பார்க்க முடியாத அளவுக்கு இந்த புகை மூட்டம், இந்த தூசி வந்து இந்த அந்த கிங்டம் ஃபுல்லுமே நிரம்பிடுச்சு. People cough and find difficulty in breathing. Almost entire kingdom was buried under the dust. So they have found a solution. Is it the right solution? No. Okay, so there was a problem that the king he said he was worried about whenever he stepped his royal feet on the ground it is becoming dirty. So he asked his minister Gobu to find a solution, but what happened? He is giving a utterly flop solution. Okay, that is the first solution. They brought a broom and they made the whole city into the dust. The whole kingdom became dusty now. So we will stop here, and in the next class we will continue with the poem. Now let's move on to our classwork. All of you open your classwork. Write chapter 1 poem. Write today's date. The invention of shoes. Topic is invention of shoes. First one, synonyms. Sullied. Sullied means made dirty. Children, take new page and write this in a fresh page. Foil, prevent from succeeding. Dissolution, death. Sinister, seeming evil. Death, lacking of something. Douse, to soak something in liquid. Molasses, an unpleasant and complicated situation. Grizzled, having hair that is grey or partly grey. So first one, sullied, that means made dirty. The king said that his feet come to be sullied by dust. Whenever he step on his feet on the ground, it is becoming dirty. Foil means prevent from succeeding. Dissolution, death. Sinister, seeming evil. Death, lack of something. This is not death. The spelling is different, so children concentrate there. Next, douse, to soak something in liquid. Molasses, an unpleasant and complicated situation. Grizzled, having hair that is grey or partly grey. Write neatly. So if you have finished, let's move on to next. Answer the following. Reference to context. In your book, page number 26, the questions will be there. Okay, let's move on. Second one, reference to context. The lines from the poem. But how can we live if denied the dust from your feet sanctified? Okay. Explain the chains of events that led up to the king being unable to breathe. So we have to say what are the things happened that made the king unable to breathe. Next one, why was so much of dust being raised? So எதனால நிறைய dust வந்து அந்த city full cover ஆச்சு. Next, did this method provide a solution to the king's problem? Why? And the solution and the problemத்துக்கு அவங்க கண்டுபிடிச்ச அந்த சொல்யூஷன் ஆப்டா இருந்துச்சா and why. So we'll see the answers. Explain the chain of events that led up to the king being unable to breathe. The dust on the streets would dirty King Hobu's feet whenever he stepped out. He told Minister Gobu that he would be punished if he did not provide a solution. After much thought, brooms were brought to sweep the dust, but this filled the king's room with the dust from outside till he could not breathe. Okay, so the dust on the streets, it made the King Hobu's feet dirty whenever he stepped out. So he asked the minister to find a solution, and if he did not find, he will be punished. So after much thought, brooms were brought to sweep the dust. Okay, they thought the problem is dust. So they brought brooms and they started to sweep. But this filled the king's room with dust from outside. So it made the king cannot breathe. Next, why was so much of dust being raised? Sweeping the dust with brooms agitated the dust, covered the entire town in a haze, and made everyone sneeze. So sweeping the dust with brooms agitated the dust, covered the entire town in a haze. And the entire town இந்த தூசி வந்து தூசி புகை மட்டமா அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு. ஓகே, ஹேஸ். அண்ட் மேட் எவ்ரி ஒன் டு ஸ்னீஸ், எல்லாருக்கும் தும்மல் இருமல் அந்த மாதிரி வந்துடுச்சு. நெக்ஸ்ட், did this method provide a solution to king's problem? Why? No, it did not provide a solution to king's problem. Sweeping the dust made matters worse by bringing the dust into the king's palace. Okay, so அந்த டஸ்ட் அவங்க ஸ்வீப் பண்ணால் டஸ்ட்டு போயிடும்னு நினச்சாங்க. பட் இட் கிரியேட் ஆப்போசிட் எஃபெக்ட் அண்ட் the situation became very worse because the dust, all the dust were entered into the king's palace. So students, write neatly. After writing that, you have to study all these question and answers. Write neatly, understand and study. Write fast. These questions you can find in your book, page number 26. So there is one more question to write in this reference to context. Okay, so let's move on to next one. The king couldn't breathe, for the dust from the street was driven right into his rooms. Okay, name the speaker. Who said this? Can you guess the speaker's mindset? What do these lines tell about the king's style of governance? Okay, let's see the answer. Name the speaker who said this. The speaker is Minister Gobu. Can you guess the speaker's mindset? What is Minister Gobu's mindset? Upon hearing the king's threat of retribution, Minister Gobu was terrified and saddened. He could not think of a solution to the problem of the king's feet getting soiled with dust when he stepped out of the palace. He therefore made this comment in fear. Okay, so upon hearing what was the speaker's mindset? Upon hearing the king's threat, okay, of retribution, that means punishment. இப்படி ஒரு punishment தருவேன் அந்த king சொன்னதை கேட்டு பயந்து போய் Minister Gobu was terrified and saddened. Okay, he was worried and he was very sad. He could not think of a solution to the problems of the king's feet getting soiled with dust when he stepped out of the palace. So he therefore made this comment in fear. Out of fear, he was saying these lines. Next one. What do these lines tell you about the king's style of governance? The king is a dictator. That means the only ruler, a monarch, and believes that his ministers should be severely punished if they can't find a solution to his problem. Okay, and the kingoda style of governance, அவரோட ஆட்சி எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு இந்த லைன் சொல்லுது. Okay, and the king கிட்ட தான் எல்லா அதிகாரமும் இருக்கு. So he said they have to find a solution, otherwise there will be a punishment. Okay, whatever he said, that one should be followed. So the king is a dictator. That means sarvadihari, a ruler. Write it down fast, write neatly. So students, once you have finished, turn your homework page, homework site. I hope you are writing. Write neatly, don't make any spelling mistakes, concentrate and write. So let's move on. Today's homework. Study the classworks and complete the following. So the important thing is that you have to study today's classwork. Every day you are receiving the videos and you have to study the classwork on that day itself. Okay students, study the classworks and complete the followings. Fill in the blanks, write it down in your homework note. This poem portrays the inability of most people to use their dash to solve a problem. The dash on the streets would dirty King Hobu's feet whenever he stepped out. The dash on the streets would dirty King Hobu's feet whenever he stepped out. The king told to Dash that he would be punished if he did not provide a solution, to whom the king said that he would be punished if he did not provide a solution. Poor Gobu decided to call the dash of the land. Next, after much thought, dash were bought to sweep the dust. Okay, so there are 5 fill-ups. You have to find answers from the poem. If you have understood the poem, you can write it easily. Otherwise, refer to the book and write it down, the answers. Next, synonyms: solid, dissolution, sinister, death, and morasses. You have to study. After that, you have to write down the homeworks. After completing the homeworks, you have to take a picture of it and you have to send it through the WhatsApp number which you have received from the school. Okay, you have to send with your name and your class. Write down this in your homework note. This poem portrays the inability of most people to use their dash to solve a problem. The dash on the streets would dirty King Hobu's feet whenever he stepped out. The king told to Dash that he would be punished if he did not provide a solution. Poor Gobu decided to call the dash of the land. After much thought, dash were bought to sweep the dust. Okay students, that's all for today. So students, part 2 of the poem will be continued in the next video. Until then, thank you.